AI is officially everywhere and the improvements are astronomical, but is it really as easy to use as what it's made out to be? I am here to give you a realistic, relatable look on how it's done. So I'm kind of lacking a funny wolf movie, so I am having to revert to AI. I want to see what it's all about, how much has it progressed over the years, and is it really going to be worth it and something that you can maybe use in the future? So on this first attempt, I did try to create an image from my movie. You put it in and you also put into Nano Banana 2, which is a very impressive image generator. It gives you high quality images and references that you can use for your future video prompt. The issue I have so far is with what you can probably see on the screen here is it just struggles, especially it is possibly in part that I'm taking it straight from the edited version, black and white, completely colored out, so it will make it a bit more difficult. I'll be interested to see if it is as hard to do for the AI if it's just using a colored version. I didn't like the first thing that it gave us at first. I was watching it like, I don't know about this. But after I've rewatched it, I actually kind of enjoyed what it generated and I feel it's somewhat usable. I'm possibly coping due to me incredibly lack of credits and ability to keep generating until I get what I do like. And I'm just trying to create the ending scene here. As you can see with this prompt on here, it probably isn't enough. You can use ChatGPT as well. Also double AI. I know the devil. What am I doing? Nearly done. Let's have a look what it's going to give us. If I'm honest, I don't have a lot of hope. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. That could possibly be to the very poor prompt. That's not great. I've used ChatGPT on the other ones. Now with what I'm using here, you can tie it in with Claude. So I'm going to attempt to do that. Let's see if it gives us anything different with a bit more of a tailored prompt. Brief prompt to give Claude, but let's see what it comes up with. I'm hoping it comes up with something better because that last generation was terrible. Now this definitely seems like it is going to be much better. Try and tweak it a little bit here because I think this might be the last use of me credits, which I can't say I'm pleased with, but here is basically I've seen a couple of videos. It clearly hasn't helped too much, but what I'm trying to do is like I've put the images that I wanted to reference to, and just in between this, the bits that make sense to the picture, I'm just adding it in the reference so it knows the picture that I'm wanted to kind of refer to, just to stand somewhat of a chance. Well, straight off the bat, I can see something incredibly wrong, so this is not giving me hope at all. I mean, it's not terrible. Again, it's not awful. There's an aspect of it that I do really like. I like the emergence of the foot. It looks, the wolf itself prior to the full body looks decent. Overall, I mean, this is just a really quick look at what I've been able to do with this. Frankly, not much. There's aspects of this that I do like, as I say, and it's a shame, but I might have to just go to Poundland for my wolf costume and figure it out. So it's another day, and here we are trying our final attempt with the use of AI. I'm not too bothered, which is kind of a good feeling about actually making this into something. For this one here, it's for the next, well, one of the next upcoming short films that I'm hoping to put together. As you can see, this is going to use 90 credits. I have 3,100 credits. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But as I previously found out, is a video generation, and this is just in 1080p, is 3,000 credits. So in order to make sure I've got room for that, I've tried to reduce the quality of the image. Let's see if we still get a decent high quality picture. Looks like we're done, and the reveal, it's a little frustrating because this could be on me, but this is what I mean. You have to be really quite precise. I really like the image that it has. Maybe I could look to remove the black circle. It still wouldn't look great, but this is what I mean. You've got to be precise in your generation. Maybe I should have had a little flick through on that to double check, but I'm not really too bothered. But again, this is just kind of finishing up the example of what you can expect if you're looking to use this kind of thing. So basically, I'm in here, I'm going to try and do one last attempt, making somewhat of a correction, making it look more of a reflection, because that looks more just like a image slabbed onto an eye. Now, if you just need, for whatever reason, the image generator, I think it is quite good. Again, you would then in that instance get a lot of credits and a lot of uses. Where the credits really drain significantly is through the video production generator. Holy moly, that looks, I like the lighting and everything better, but again, the eye is kind of be good for a transformation into an alien, I guess, but not for what I'm going for here. So just to give you somewhat of an example as well, as I said, we used C Dance 2.0 previously. That's known as your like really high quality, cinema quality apparently, video generation. But I'm going to attempt, because it seems a lot cheaper, a lot less credits to have to be used, I'm going to attempt to use Kling 3.0, 1080p, about 5 seconds long, 750, much better than 3,000. But that tells me that maybe it's not going to be as good. But we'll see. Give it a try. Have to use what you've got on hand to use and the ability to. Well, we have the final generation, and here we are. I'm not too sure what gave it the thought process of making the Milky Way spiral. Other than that, it could have actually been pretty decent, but honestly, I'm not going to use any of this. If I use Kling 3.0, I've got a few more generations, so I may very well try it just to use the final credits, but I don't feel I'm going to. But you'll have to stay tuned and what the final product looks like. So my final thought on the use of AI, it's certainly a controversial topic, and look, I do totally understand where people are coming from, but I think people are really quick just to snap judgment as soon as they hear the word AI. It's like, no, 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 no. I personally feel as though it can have its use cases and can be helpful, especially to small independent creators that just need a little something extra to add to the toolkit that could really help them out. You know, this isn't perfect by any means. Again, I feel you do still need a little bit of money in order to get the amount of credits you need to generate the amount of times that you're going to have to in order to actually get the final product that you're really happy with. Because at the moment, I'm just having to keep generating and end up having to feel stuck with what I have, and that's no real way to go on. You see all these people on the internet making it look like an absolute cakewalk, so simple to use. You need to bear in mind these people clearly must have some affiliates because they have unlimited generations. It's very impressive what they're able to do, no doubt, but I could probably get the same outcome if I had significantly more generations. Unfortunately, my wallet doesn't wish me to be able to do so. So what are your thoughts on the use of AI? Are you kind of like me, middle ground? You know, there is some uses. I like to hear people out on why they're using it and how it could potentially be used. You know, there is certain cases where I feel it's getting completely out of hand and I am against it in some areas. Or are you on the other side where you just hate AI? Guess what? That's all right. We can disagree, you know? Leave your thoughts, whatever your thoughts on AI is, and let's have a discussion down in the comments below.